I'm sitting here with Dr. Cary, and his upcoming webinar is The Body You're Taking to College. So I'm just going to ask him a few questions about the upcoming webinar. Okay, so first, you're running a free webinar in September for parents and their college kids. Before we get into it, what made you want to do this one?
I was actually talking to my son, and we were talking about how to prepare for school because he's going away in 2 weeks. And I was saying to him, there's a few things you should do, like setting up a routine for yourself at school, the foods you're going to eat, groceries. So when I started thinking about that, I thought I should do a webinar on this and a little booklet to go with it. And so I named it The Body You're Taking to College. And then I'm going to share some tips for college-aged patients and their parents, because I have a lot of college patients right now. And then I went to college myself. So I wish I would have known a few things in school, because it was kind of, hit or miss when I went to school as far as my health goes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, and who's this really for, the students or the parents?
I think it's for both. I mean, if I'm a parent preparing my children for school, I want to make sure they know a few things, right? Hopefully in the past, I've taught them well going up to this point, but going away to school, there's a few things that I'm going to want to emphasize for them, right? If you're a college age student, going away for school the first time, it's a lot different. You don't have your parents there to take care of you.
Yeah.
So what you need to do is you need to set yourself up right. And that could start with just arriving early for school, like not the day before, but a few days before, week before. And then starting to go grocery shopping to get into a routine, maybe going and exercising, or doing some preparing some meals. And in the webinar, in the booklet, I'm going to have a few simple recipes that I'm going to share with you guys.
Okay, awesome. A parent listening might think, my kid won't sit through a health lecture. What would you say to that?
That's true. I mean, some students are not going to want to sit through the lecture. They're going to think, well, I've got this. Sometimes, after the fact, I should have learned before. So there's going to be that type of student. But I think a lot of students are curious. They're like, what can I do to help myself? And I think a lot of students, if they can attend a free webinar like this, or get the recording of it, or even the booklet that's going to go with it, they're going to say, okay, there's a few tips in here that I could do, like going to bed at the same time every day, waking up at the same time, getting into a routine. Not only is that important during the school year, but especially important during exams, because a lot of times with students, they really push the sleep boundaries at exam time. They don't sleep enough, they're tired, the brain doesn't work properly, and it affects their grades. So we're just talking about getting things set up correctly for the entire semester.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so without giving the whole thing away, what will someone actually walk away with after the hour?
Yeah, I think the webinar is going to be about 30 to 60 minutes. We'll see. I think they'll walk away with a good understanding of what they need to do. They may not need to do everything I talk about, but there could be a few key takeaways, like eating more protein could be one thing. And what types of protein should you eat? Because different people have different diets, and some people are allergic to certain foods, right? We're going to talk about carbohydrates and macronutrients, calories. And then we're going to talk about exercise, and we're going to talk about sleep, which I've already discussed. And we're going to talk about ergonomics, how to set up your desk properly so you don't strain your neck or your back. So there's going to be a lot there that we're going to talk about. You're going to at least get 2 or 3 takeaways from the webinar.
Okay, great. You've said there's one thing that matters more than all the rest. Can you tease it without fully giving it away?
Yeah, I think the one thing is having a vision right now, actually, thinking about going away to school, what the vision is. Where do you see yourself in a month from now? How are you going to set up your room? Like if you're in dorm, where are you going to get your meals from? Where's the grocery store? When are you going to get takeout? Once a week or every night? So I really want you to plan ahead, make a plan. It's really easy now with AI, like with Claude. I'll often go into a Claude project and talk it through and ask it to make a plan. And then that's something that you can follow. So whether you're doing that on your own or you're going to attend the webinar and you're going to make a plan, both are good.
Okay. Is there a moment or story from your clinic, no names, that captures why this matters?
Yeah, I can't really mention names due to patients' confidentiality, but I can think of several patients that came in. I'm thinking of last school year from September until June. We had several students from UBCO and from Okanagan College that came here. We had some high school students too. So we did see a lot of teens and 20-year-olds. I think I learned a lot because their concerns, there were some physical injuries from sports. There were students that were really tired, and we had to address the fatigue and where that was coming from, some headaches. And there were a few students too with back pain or joint pain. So we had to address all of those concerns. So everybody's a little different, but I could see some themes with the students over the year.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so why do a live webinar instead of just telling people to buy the book?
I guess we could tell people to just buy the book, but it's also good to have a live webinar because if you attend it, you can ask questions. You can type in the chat on Google. You can leave a comment. And if we see your comment or your text, we can respond to it. I think what we'll do is we're going to stream this on YouTube, but we're also going to go on TikTok as well. So it'll be a good opportunity for people to type in the chat, ask questions, get a response for their specific concern.
Makes sense. Okay, and timing wise, why September?
Yeah, I thought of doing it earlier. It's going to be on Thursday, September 17th at 6:30 Pacific or 9:30 Eastern. I thought of doing it at the beginning of September. That would only give us about 3 weeks. And I found that a little bit rushed because we're starting to post now or promote the webinar on social media. As people see it and they have comments, we may change the content slightly to modify it for the people making the comments. So I really wanted to have a longer runway. By the time the students are getting into school, getting settled, this is going to be perfect because we're going to be 2 to 3 weeks into the school year. If you're off track a bit, you'll be able to correct at that point. So that's why I chose this date.
That makes sense. Yeah. So a few questions from the Q&A seed. Let's take one a parent might send in. My kid says they're a night owl and mornings just aren't for them. Is that just who they are?
I would say yes is the short answer. I'm a morning person. I like to get up early, go to bed early, but a lot of my patients go to bed late and wake up late. And I'm respectful of that too, because I think people have different kind of makeups, different rhythms. I would say the one thing is keep it consistent. So if you're a night owl, keep going to bed late and waking up late, as long as that's not going to affect your classes, of course. If you're a morning person, keep getting up early and going to bed early. You can't do both though. And I wouldn't switch things like mid-year. Like just before exams, I wouldn't start being a night owl if you're a morning person. So you really want to think things through, respect your rhythm, I call it the circadian rhythm. So respect your circadian rhythm and then just work with it, work with who you are.
Okay, makes sense. Okay, so someone's convinced. Where do they go and what does it cost?
Yeah, so it's free actually. The webinar itself is going to be free. So tickets are available. We have quite a few tickets available. If you scan the QR code that we'll put in the posts or the link that's going to go in the description here, you can get a ticket for the event. We'll send you a reminder. We'll send you the link to the recording after. So it's good to sign up. And then there's going to be a booklet. Now there's going to be a price for the booklet. It's going to be about 50 pages. It'll be a companion booklet. We're going to publish that on Amazon. And so we will let you know when it's published and you can get the ebook or the paperback or even the audiobook version of it. Now beyond that, I'll give you a sneak peek. If you like what we talked about at the webinar and the booklet, we're going to do a mastermind group. So whether you're a parent or a student, you can join us on a monthly basis during the school year. We're going to talk like one Saturday each month about these topics, and we're gonna just help to keep you on track. You know, we're gonna hold you accountable to staying on track or making some changes, and we're gonna educate you throughout the school year just to keep you focused.
Okay, well, that all makes sense. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.